Okay. We're recording.
All right.
Okay.
Welcome back to the Art of Losing Your Butt and Finding Your Why. I'm Doug.
And I'm Christy.
And this week we're just catching up with everybody, talking about our New Year's resolutions and how they're going. You know, everybody makes these big New Year's resolutions for how they're going to start the new year, new me. And, you know, everyone's in the gym and just trying to check in with you guys, see how you're doing, and let you know how we're doing. I know.
Yeah, we've been a little missing lately, but between the holidays and we both work full-time jobs and also some technology issues. We're learning. We're learning.
We're learning as we go.
Yeah,
that's it. You know,
so
with every episode, things just get better and better.
Yeah,
We got some new microphones, new recording equipment,
and now we can
some
actually
different
record
stuff.
anywhere, which is great.
Yeah, we can record in the gym or in the kitchen. If you guys want to see a live cooking demonstration, things like that, we can certainly do that for you. But yeah, so far New Year's been going good. The gym was crazy for the first couple weeks now.
Yeah,
It's been a little crazy, but I went in there Saturday night, and all of a sudden it was back to like nobody in there. I'm like, okay, I guess that's the New Year's resolution crowd. So
yeah, I noticed that. What night was I in there? Sunday. I had a client I'm training, and we were over there Sunday afternoon.
Okay.
And I mean, as we pulled up, people were pulling out because I guess they had a class or whatever.
Yes.
But it was kind of back to where it used to be already.
Right.
And I'm like, normally it doesn't die off till February.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed like.
But it was also cold.
Right, it's true. I can't really judge anything because the weather's been really weird around here. We've had a little snow this past couple days, and the weather's been bitter cold all of a sudden. So it's kind of weird. Generally, the gym that we both go to starts off early in the week is very busy. Like Monday night, it's packed. Tuesday night, it gets a little bit less, and it keeps declining throughout the week until you get to about Saturday. And some Saturdays, I've been in that gym at 7 o'clock at night, and I've been one of 2 or 3 people.
Well, that's date night time.
You know, and I figure that's when people are usually going out. People work out during the week so that they can go out during the weekend. You know, work out Monday through Thursday and go to the bar on Friday and Saturday.
I always thought it was cute Friday nights.
Yeah.
Friday nights is normally the younger kids come in for their gym date nights.
Definitely.
Which I thought was cute. But as far as resolutions, I mean, did you make a resolution this year?
Yeah, I wanted to try. So there's a couple things for me that I've been working on that I really wanted to make a priority this year. And one was the sleep hygiene, making certain of getting enough sleep every night, which I've definitely gotten better on. I've definitely seen my numbers go up across the board for that. And changing my environment that I sleep in, because I was reading about, you know, the best way you can sleep, about like your body needs to lower your core temperature by like 1 degree to fall asleep. Before you'll actually fall asleep. So a cooler room is generally good. So I was able to block off the heat vent a little bit in my room and keeping it dark and turning off all the devices at least an hour before I go to bed.
Yes,
and I'll tell you what a difference that makes. Like sleeping in an actual dark room where it's quiet. You know, maybe some light sounds.
Do that.
Right. Normally, if it's real quiet, like the noise, it's like the quiet is too loud in my head. So,
I hear every little thing, and so does my dog.
Oh yeah.
And we both react.
Right.
So my husband's like, "What is your problem?" You know. But yeah, every little noise I hear, and it's been so windy here.
Right.
That I can't sleep well. I don't sleep well when it's windy.
I get that. I used to be the same way. I always had to have a TV on or a fan running. So what I just did was I got one of those like nighttime sound apps, and it just plays the sound of a gentle thunderstorm. Rolling in. I said, you know what? That's a little background noise, but it's enough for it not to be so quiet that I'm hearing every car go by, or you know, the wind blow the tree up against the house a little bit or something. And you're like, what was that?
Yeah.
You know. My other ones were to try to. So I did all the weight loss stuff, and what I was going to try to do was just eat at maintenance and see if I could just maintain my weight for a little while. If anything, just go up a little bit and put on a little bit of muscle. And so far, I've been able to it's been since right around Christmas time. It was the New Year when I really decided to go with it and try to eat right at that level. And I think I've added like 4 or 5 pounds in a couple weeks. But pretty much steady. You know, the ups and downs put me right around, you know, plus 4 pounds right now, which is fine with me. You know, I'm okay with that. I can certainly come back off if I needed to. And what was the third thing? Oh, the third thing was taking care of all these things I've been putting off. So, the theme of the night for me is procrastination, folks. If you've been putting anything off, this is your notice and your sign to go do it. Because I am terrible about, I used to be very bad about putting things off to the last minute. Like, just for instance, I have some wisdom teeth that should have come out. Been putting it off, putting it off, putting it off. I'll do it next year, you know. And I was like, you know what? I'm done. I'm done. They need to come out. I'm getting them out. So I made the call the other day, and I got appointments set for March. So that was already one. You know, little things like that. Putting off. And the other thing for me was I wanted to go back to school for personal training. And I've looked into that. Now I'm just trying to decide between one of the two programs to go with. And that'll be my next, you know, next week I'll be signed up for that, hopefully. So.
Yeah, that's that's one of my things, because you know, I have to do 20 hours of CEUs to maintain my personal training certification.
Oh, okay, the continuing education credits where you got to go. Okay,
and
gotcha.
So I hate spending money on just I call them puff pieces.
Right.
You know.
Right.
So like, what new certification am I going to get now? You know. So I'm already certified as a personal trainer, certified nutritionist, and certified transformation specialist, which is behavior modification for people wanting to lose weight.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm sitting here going, okay, well, you know, the logical thing would be health coach.
Yeah.
But I'm not ready to go down that path yet. I'm enjoying the personal training.
Yeah.
And everything. So I've been looking into the somatic exercise stuff. And I've been very interested in it. And it's just funny because for Christmas, my son heard me talking to my daughter about something that I was interested in. So he looked it up online, found out the book that they used was available on Amazon. So he bought me the book for Christmas.
Aw. Bought the book for the class that you're thinking about taking or you were intending to take.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I'm now, you know, reading that book and going, well, maybe this is something I want to do.
That's cool.
But I love the personal training part of it.
Yeah.
And, you know, I use all 3 of my certifications right now with
That's
the current
great.
clients and everything. And be careful what you ask for, because I started my business last year and I had one client for the first 6 months. I had one client for the second 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh, this is not going anywhere for me. You know, I need more clients if I'm going to achieve the goals that I want to achieve.
Right.
You know,
right.
Because I do still work 30 hours a week for
a primary job.
Right.
Yeah.
In physical therapy. So I'm like, okay, what am I going to do? So I don't know. I thought a lot about it. I'm like, you know, I really need to. And I've just gotten more comfortable talking to people.
Yes.
Because at first I didn't want to, because I'm not this thin.
Right. Right.
Okay.
Right. I understand that.
But yes, I still have a stomach because it's skin.
Right.
And depending on how much I'm sodium sensitive, so like I can guarantee you if I don't take a diuretic tonight because I had the popcorn, tomorrow I'm gonna look like I'm 9 months pregnant.
Right. Yeah,
you know?
I understand that. Like you eat Chinese food tonight, and tomorrow morning you wake up and you've got like 7 pounds of water on you somehow.
Right.
I understand that.
And so anyway,
It happens with the excess skin, by the way, folks. That's what
some
that
people,
is. Some people develop a
a
sensitivity.
Yeah.
You know, to water weight.
So you
comes
turn
on
into
very
a
fast.
human water balloon.
Yeah.
It's just fun. It's so much fun. But anyway, so, you know, I'm looking at what I'm going to do there. But all of a sudden, I've got up New Year's Day, and my inbox had 4 people in it.
Oh.
And by the end of the day, I had 5.
Well, now we're training 5 people.
And I'm like, okay, I've got a very busy schedule now. And then, you know, work came after me to do some stuff with them. And I'm like, okay, be careful what you ask for and just take it as it comes. And I'm grateful for it all.
That's exciting, though.
But I really only have one resolution this year. And it's keeping it very simple.
Mm-hmm.
I want to build, I want to grow, and I want to enjoy. And that is...
sounds like a good motto.
I want to build as much muscle as I can in the next year.
Right.
Couple reasons. Number one, I want to build as much muscle as I can, so I can see that I can fill up the little bits of loose skin that I have elsewhere.
Right.
On my body, other than my stomach. The second thing is we're going back to Vegas in October for the 60th anniversary of Mr. Olympia.
You said 60th?
60th.
Wow,
yep.
60th anniversary for that.
And it just happens to fall on Gary and I's anniversary, so we're going back to Vegas.
Nice. Oh,
so we can actually enjoy Vegas this time.
Right.
Because last time I was busy doing my own competition.
Right, you were into it, so
right.
you were, yeah.
And this one, we can just be, you know.
That's cool.
We can be just the people in the audience, and I'm hoping to maybe make a couple connections. Once again, grow, build, you know. But I want to look good, so that's one of the things is I'll do a cut before we go.
Of course.
To see, you know, just how much muscle I've been putting on.
I get it.
And,
yeah. That's cool though. That'll be awesome.
But I'm hoping to hook up with a couple people out there and do kind of on the fly kind of interviews and stuff like that for the podcast.
Oh yeah, I can't think of a better place to be for stuff like that. You know, if you go to a show like that, the whole fitness community is there.
Yep.
Along with the bodybuilding community and those folks. So you just walking around, you're bound to see somebody.
Yep.
Every 3 minutes that
and
you'd love to interview.
I figure, you know, it's something my husband and I can do together and walk around the expo.
That'd be cool.
And, you know, I take my little microphones with me and, you know.
Right. Just, you know, mic somebody up and, would you mind if I interviewed you real quick?
Yep. So,
just takes a second to clip this on and you're good to go.
Yep. And, well, when you learn how to use them.
Right. Again, technical difficulties. Once you figure it out, you're good to go.
You know.
It's just the first couple that are a little rough, that's all.
Yeah, it's okay.
You know, practice.
But yeah, that's the thing though, is, you know, I want to build my body, I want to build the business, I want to grow the business, I want to grow networks.
Yeah.
You know, I want to grow our community.
Definitely.
Not only online, but also here.
Here, right.
You know,
right.
In front of us. And it's just going to take time. Yeah. You know, and that's the one thing that we both agreed on, because so many people are upset about their resolutions and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
Patience and consistency.
That's really the key to it all.
Mm-hmm.
You can't have it all right now, right this second, with just a little bit of work. You gotta just understand that you're gonna get there, just not as fast as your brain wants it to happen.
Correct.
Like if you're in this, say you're in the gym right now and you're trying to lose weight, don't go killing yourself and going super overboard like I have in the past, like she has in the past.
Yep.
These are the mistakes we've made.
Yep.
And you go overworking yourself to the point where you burn yourself out, and you're like, then you have a negative connotation that goes with the gym. I go to the gym and I feel like I'm dead inside when I'm finished, and I'm sore for 3 days, and I can hardly work afterwards. No. Just take it easy and ease into it.
And it's so funny because the people that I've started working with this month, you know, oh, that's too easy. No. Listen to your trainer.
Right.
Because the thing is, you know, I bill myself as the trainer for midlife and beyond, because I've lived a life. I have the scars, the cellulite, and the stretch marks to prove it.
Right.
You know. Right. So, you know.
Promise you, I'm not telling you wrong.
Yeah,
right.
I've seen some shit, and I'm sure you have too, because you know, and yeah. So I'm gonna understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Because I'll be honest with you, when I first walked into the gym and I saw the trainers and they were this big, and they were 20-somethings, and I'm like, do you even drive?
That's funny. That's what I thought when you were saying earlier about, you know, going for personal training. And I was thinking to myself, and you were saying because you're not feeling comfortable talking with people because you weren't that big. And then I think to myself, but you know what? If I was looking for a personal trainer, I would want someone that was a little bit closer to my body type. You know, I would feel more comfortable coming into that situation, not with that 120 pound or 150 pound lean guy who's ripped. you know, run into someone who's a little bit, you know, has a little bit more of a bulk on their body, you know what I mean, that's obviously done some work themselves, who's been through it, who's actually been through it, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, to me, that inspires me more. I would want that person ahead of, like, if you told me I lost 200 pounds and what I did worked and it will work for you also, I would be more apt to believe you than listen to a 22-year-old guy tell me I've been 150 pounds my whole life and I can just eat like a horse because my metabolism's high, but I also work out really hard, but here's what I do and I think you should do. I'm picking her. So in my head I was just thinking about that, you know, just being real.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have
and
to
I'm
be
very real
perfect.
with people.
You don't have to be perfect.
Yeah.
You know, you just have to do better yesterday or today than you did yesterday. Yep. And if you just keep doing that, you just do better tomorrow than you did today. Everything's going to go fine. And if you keep coming back and keep doing it, it will work. It's kind of like the same. It's like with the gym and anything else. If you just stick with it, you don't have to go every day. You don't have to go twice a day. You don't have to do 2 hours in the gym. Just start slow. Go in there 3-4 times a week, half an hour at a time. You know, just do a couple little lifts, maybe 15 minutes on a treadmill. You know,
I make my people
start slow, and you'd be
start
surprised.
off with 10-minute warm up.
Right.
You know, depending on what their, you know, health is, but a 10-minute warm up. We do 4 lifting exercises at a time. And then they do like 10-20 minutes of cardio afterwards.
Yeah.
3 times a week.
It's perfect.
But, you know, and then I work them up to either more sets or add a couple additional exercises.
Right.
But, no, I start them small and let them get used to it, because that's the one thing that'll kill it real fast is if you're hurting.
Right.
You don't want to come back.
Exactly. I mean, as you get more advanced, you get sore. That feeds you look forward to the soreness. You know, you look forward, like, you know, like for me, like leg day. I love leg day, you know, because I know that I'm going to barely be able to walk out of the gym. My legs are going to feel like jelly, and I'm going to be sore the next day. But I look forward to it now. But in the beginning, if I had done that, I very well may have gone, no, this isn't for me. No, I'm not doing that ever again. You know.
Yeah, and see, that's the funny thing, is when I first started, I liked legs.
Yeah.
The leg machines were my friend because I could move weight.
Right.
My arms, I hated your
Right, when you're bigger, you definitely have very strong legs.
Yeah.
Like, if you've been carrying weight for a while on your body, your legs are beastly already. So for you to get on, like, the leg press machine and realize, you know, like, you can push with your legs 200 pounds is like, oh, wow. I'm strong.
I love the ones that laugh at me. I was doing leg presses and I'm doing like 600 pounds.
Right.
And I have people comment, oh, wow, that's a lot for a mama, you know.
Right.
First of all, I'm a grandmama. And second of all, I said, I used to weigh almost this much.
Right. You don't understand.
I carried around 400 pounds on a daily basis. Like, this is nothing, kid, you know.
It's the truth, though. It is. Your knees, you know, your body's used to that.
Yeah. So, and the other thing is enjoy. Yeah, and that's my other thing is I just want to enjoy the ride as well. You know, tonight it was crappy weather.
Yeah.
And my client canceled, so you were nice enough to come back to the old office.
The old recording studio.
The old recording studio. Just because the weather sucks.
Yeah, it's getting very bitter cold down here, which is, I don't know about you guys, but for me, like, when I first started losing weight, and talking about New Year's resolutions, this kind of plays into it. I started off with making myself always choose the harder option. So I said, if there's ever a chance, like if I'm going to work out, I'm going to do something, whatever the option is that I don't want to do, that's the one I'm going to do, no matter what. So in the beginning, it was walking after work every day. I was going to walk. First started off with a mile, then it was 2 miles, then it was 3 miles. So it was about an hour. 3 miles an hour is a walking pace. You know, you could step it up a little bit, try to get it in 50 minutes or 45 minutes, sure. But I was going to walk. But it was always outside. And when I started out, it was wintertime. I was also heavier, so the weather didn't bother me as bad. The cold didn't get to me as much. Well, now I'm 180 pounds lighter, and I'm trying to walk in January after work with the wind blowing, and I'm thinking I need 3 or 4 more layers.
Mm-hmm.
So it's one of those things that it challenges you. But again, you adapt. You can either, go get some Under Armour and wear some thermals and get back at it, or you can go to the gym instead and hit the cardio machine. If I could choose to walk outside, I would rather walk outside than do a treadmill. For me, just the scenery, I can get lost in scenery and that kind of stuff, and forget where I'm at, and before I know it, I'm halfway through town, and I've walked 3-4 miles.
Yeah, once the weather starts getting better and lighter later,
yeah,
I'll be able to get back out there. Right now we have some unwanted visitors that are living underneath our bridge, so.
Oh yeah.
I don't like to go up there after dark.
I get that. Yeah.
So, yeah.
The hoodlums under the bridge.
Yeah.
Well.
That's the price you pay for living on the water, I guess.
That's it. You never know. Could be worse.
I know. We could still be in Dover.
Right. As I said, you could be in Dover. Could be in much worse neighborhoods.
I mean, since we moved down here, I haven't had to replace a mirror or a window on my car.
Right.
Since I moved down here.
There's no windows have been broken out of the house.
Mm-mm.
Nobody's stolen anything out of the house.
Mm-mm.
We're very blessed in Delaware for the most part. In southern Delaware, the crime rate is very low, which is why you can see people out jogging at 9 o'clock at night in their neighborhoods.
Mm-hmm.
You see women walking at 4 o'clock in the morning, like when I go in for an early shift or to work a party, and there's like a development up the street from my house up towards Milford. And there's a woman, and she's out walking with 1-pound dumbbells. It's 5 o'clock in the morning, and she's walking just like this, speed walking. And I'm like, wow, she's really getting after it. 5 o'clock in the morning, she's out there with the full gear on, a face mask, a neck warmer, the whole deal, just chugging along. And I'm like, you know what?
And if it was
That's
later,
awesome that you're able to do that.
I would be, yeah. I mean, I did that last year.
Got a reflective, at least you got a little light up vest thing on that lights up. She's out there. It doesn't matter if it's light out or not, she'll be out there. It's like, man, that's the motivation I want. It is 30 degrees this morning, and she is out there in some Lululemons or some Under Armour pants, the skin tight ones, and she's just getting it. I was like, okay, if she can do it, I can do it. So that's the stuff I remember and keep myself motivated.
And I'm the wimp of the crowd here because I have a walking pad and I'll do that.
Oh, that'll work. That'll work.
There are some days that at work I'm getting 5-6 miles on my feet anyway.
Right, just walking up and down work, and through this place, through physical therapy, coming, getting patients, taking them to different machines. You're constantly on your feet all day, and I work in a kitchen, so it's about the same thing. You're constantly moving all day, so.
Yours is smaller though.
Right. Luckily, I have.
You're pivoting more.
Right, it's a lot more pivoting, but for me, it's running back and forth to the register. It's like 20 paces to the register, then 20 paces back to the back of the kitchen. And I used to be the one that had to run to the warehouse, the stock room, and get stuff all the time. So that would be like 20 trips a day back and forth from there with a cart full of groceries. And then someone else started doing it up front, and I'm like, oh, that's where my 2,000 steps went.
Yep.
And all of a sudden I realized I'm getting 2,000 less steps a day, and I'm like, wait a minute, it's because I'm on the grill this week, and I'm standing in one place more. It's like, oh.
Yeah, I did that last week. I went home and I'm like, I'm checking my stats. I'm like, where did my steps go for the day?
Right.
And then I forgot I was working the front desk because our front desk girl was on vacation.
It's crazy
I'm like,
how much a difference that makes.
Oh man. There I go, getting on my walking pads to get my steps in.
And that's what I was thinking about with this whole idea of changing careers right now. I don't know if I'm ready for a job that makes me sedentary. Like I honestly don't know if I could do an office job now.
I didn't last a full year.
Like I started thinking about that, like just sitting at a desk all day for 40 hours a week, not being able to walk around, just sitting there in a chair. Like that just makes me think, like that means for the whole time you work, your only steps you get is when you go to lunch, when you go on breaks, or the bathroom.
Go to the bathroom, yeah.
It's like, oh, so there's a chance when you get off work, you've only got like 1,000 steps for the day.
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
I used to walk the circle in the office, in the doctor's office, because when I went to work for BB, I was like, okay, I wanted physical therapy. They put me in a doctor's office. I'm like, okay, whatever.
Okay.
So it was a sit down, it was a front desk job.
Right.
And I'm like, I don't like this.
Yeah, it's
I don't
tough.
like this at all. And, you know, that's one of the other reasons why I left, because I need to be active.
Right.
You know, because I need to get those steps during the day. Because I'll be honest with you, when it's dark this early at night, I know my body starts to shut down. It's like it's time for bed.
Oh yeah, your brain definitely, that circadian rhythm is no joke. You know, that's why they always tell you about like putting your cell phone down 2 hours before you go to bed, because that really does make a difference. When you're looking at that bright light, it's tricking your brain into thinking the sun is actually still up, and you're supposed to stay awake, and to make it harder for you to go to sleep. It's true.
I have.
It's a big difference.
I have my phone set to a sleep thingy for sleep hygiene.
Right, it takes all the red light out and everything.
Well,
yeah,
it goes to black and white screen.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
And what it's doing is it's telling me it's time to go to bed.
Right.
Put the phone down.
Right.
You know, because I can't stand looking at it black and white. It brings back nightmares. I'm like, where's the red and green? When I was a kid, I had almost lost vision in one eye.
Oh, really?
And so one of the things, the therapy that they did, of course we had a black and white TV back then. God, I'm old. And they made you put red and green cellophane over top of the TV.
Okay.
And then you had to wear these red and green glasses the opposite way.
Oh.
To build up the muscles in the weak eye. Yeah. My parents didn't get to see TV without red and green
That's interesting.
cellophane.
I was actually just thinking about that,
years.
how that works. That's cool that works, though.
Yep.
But
so
yeah,
it saved my vision, but
hey, if it worked, it worked.
But it, you know, seeing black and white now just gives me a nightmare.
Makes you bad, yeah. Puts you back in a bad place.
Yeah, and then my husband wants to watch all these black and white movies. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Can we get them colorized or something?
I'm like, he's such an odd old man. He's not that old, but he
right.
He picks out.
Everybody has their quirks.
Oh man, I was like,
And he's
my grandparents would love you. You can sit there and watch TV with them all day and night.
They love you.
Like, oh.
But yeah, so far the year's been good. You know, it's just about making some changes, some positive changes, and just remembering that you can't have it all right now. That's my biggest thing. You know what I mean? My mom used to always tell me, don't wish your life away, because eventually it's going to go faster than you think, and you're going to start losing time, and you're going to realize just how fast life goes by you. And I would always go, yeah, but I just want it to be Christmas, or I just want it to be my birthday already. You know, it's only 2 days away. What does it matter? Just only 2 days. But it seems like a long time. It's the same thing when you're trying to lose weight, or you're trying to take that next step in life, whether it's find a new career or go back for an education. You find yourself going, can't it just get here already? Can't I just already graduate? Can't I just be 60 pounds lighter tomorrow when I wake up, please?
Well, I call that the Veronica Salt.
Veronica Salt, okay.
Because from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory,
right?
The little girl in the red dress. I want it, and I want it now.
Right.
Okay, so when I get into those moments, that's how I correct myself. I'm like, ooh, I'm having a Veronica Salt moment. I want it now. Well, I should have never said that to Gary.
Okay.
Because now when I get like that, he goes, all right, Veronica. I'm like, oh.
He brings it right up.
But yeah.
I get it, though, but it's tough. It's one of those things that, seriously, truly, patience is a virtue. You don't think about it until you really want something, and you're working hard for it, and you're not seeing either the progress yet, or the progress isn't fast enough for you. The only thing I can tell you is just keep grinding and don't give up. Stick with it. I promise you it will pay off eventually.
Oh, it's like, the client I had before our event, she was griping at me that she's only lost 14 pounds. I'm like, honey, you've only been working out for 2 weeks or 2 months.
Right.
I'm like, you're doing really, really well.
Right.
And she's like, oh, I should have lost more by now. And I'm like, whoa. So I said, you know what? You and your husband need to come see me at the event.
Right.
And I said, bring me 14 pounds of dog food.
Right. I
and
remember this
she's
person.
like, okay, we'll do it. And she had to carry that 14 pounds because her husband made her carry it. Carried that 14 pounds of dog food from the parking lot over to the event. She goes, that's kind of heavy. She goes, maybe that is quite a bit of weight. I'm like, yeah, it's quite a bit of weight.
That's great. But actually holding the weight of the bag reminded her that this is the amount of weight I've lost. And when you visualize it and you feel it, it suddenly makes you think, wait a minute, this is substantial.
Yep.
When you think in your head, I'm trying to lose 50 pounds. I've only lost 14. I'm not even a third of the way there. And it's easy to beat yourself up over that until you realize you actually lost 14 pounds.
Yeah.
And you hold it in front of you. You hold, a 10 and a 5 pound dumbbell and you go, I've lost that. And then all of a sudden you kind of realize, I'm doing something here. This is working.
Yeah, I'll never forget when I first lost all the weight, my best friend, we went to the gym together, and I was pissed with myself because I'm like, I'm just not, I kind of plateaued. And I'm like, I'm just not losing it like I should. And he's like, you're skinny. He's like, what else do you have to lose? And I'm like, so he loaded up the trap bar with the amount of weight that I had lost, which at that point was over, it was 250. And he made me pick it up and walk it around the gym.
Okay, right. Actually pick it up.
I actually picked it up and
so you can
carried it. And the whole time he's walking next to me, he goes, this is how much you used to carry around with you on a daily freaking basis.
All the
I'm
time.
dying.
Right.
And he goes, so don't tell me you didn't lose enough. It's just, I wanted more. And the problem is, all my loose skin is on my stomach.
I get that. I'm the same way. Well, most of it.
And, I mean, it's even worse now than it was then. But because back then I had no butt.
Right.
And it was all loose skin there, too. So I filled up the butt with muscle. There's no fat there. It's just all muscle. Okay, cool. But I still have this belly. That's just this loose skin. And, I mean, I have to wear support garments and stuff or it hurts my back. Well, then it just looks... You just always have a belly.
Well, that's the thing. You always have a belly there. You know what I mean? Like you're trying to... Because I deal with the same thing.
Yeah.
It's
and I want it gone. I want it gone. But, I haven't found a sugar daddy that's willing to pay for my surgery yet. So I've got to wait.
You never know. Miracles do happen. All I'm saying is...
yeah. Well, like I said, the insurance here will pay for the pennilectomy, but they're not going to pay the balance.
Okay.
Of what the doctor is going to do, and he wants to do a full fleur de lis, which is down and
sideways.
Yeah.
Got you. Yeah, I got to go for a consultation. That's my next appointment that I'm going to schedule. I'm just trying to find out what surgeon works with our local insurance company that I have, so that we can get it. Because the deal is, when you get after you guys lose all this weight, you may find that you have excess skin, and within a little bit of reason, there's a certain amount of give there that you can fill in with muscle. Like say you lose the weight and you notice you have a little bit of extra skin underneath your arm, that hangy, dangly stuff. If you just build your bicep up, that'll bring that skin up tighter. And you can do that with a lot of places in your body up to a certain point.
Yeah.
But generally, if you lose over 100 pounds of weight as the rule of thumb, you are going to have skin that you cannot get rid of or fill in with enough muscle possible. You're going to have to get it either surgically removed or just deal with it. The point is, the insurance calls that a cosmetic procedure,
right?
Because it's not medically necessary to have it removed, but it will cover it in certain circumstances. Like say you have like a rashes coming from it. So surgeons and doctors work with you
back issues
to show back issues, to show the medical history of you losing the weight, and also showing like them prescribing you the cream for skin infections. And in doing so, the insurance company realizes this is only going to be an ongoing issue. If we just pay for the surgery, it'll take care of it in one shot.
Right.
And a lot of the insurances will pay some of it, if not all of it, depending on your insurance company. But you may have to jump through some hoops, and the doctors have to be willing to play ball with the insurance company, which is tough because a lot of plastic surgeons, especially,
are going to
just want cash.
Yeah.
We don't take
a lot of
them. I called myself personally in the past 2 weeks have said, listen, we don't take any insurances at all anymore. We are a cash only business. You pay up front for everything. It's like, oh, okay. And they're like, yeah, sorry, it's just sometimes it's too much trouble dealing with insurance companies. And it's, plastic surgeon can be a lucrative business. Doing cosmetic procedures can get pricey quick, especially the people are paying cash. So,
Mm-hmm. Well, and that's the thing. I mean, so I found out like my company here will pay for the pennylectomy.
mm-hmm.
Okay, so I just got to come up with the extra, you know. But I am hoping. I'm putting it out to the universe that everything is going to work out okay, and by not this coming summer, but the following summer, I can have it done.
Yeah, definitely by that time. I'm trying to do the same thing. I was just trying to get the consultation so I could have an idea of what they would want to do, because for myself, I have a little bit of extra skin in my thigh area, on the inner thighs, and I have the stomach that she's talking about, the skin. So I don't know if I need things to come in this way, if that's one surgery or multiple surgeries, depending on what they want to do. But I was just hoping to get the consultation out of the way and find out exactly what they would
Right.
plan to do. And in the meantime, I'm trying to fill in with as much muscle as possible, like she's talking about, and try to fill in any of that extra skin that I do have with muscle in those areas, like in the inner thigh. Build your legs up, and you might just find that loose skin gets taut again, and you don't have to worry about it. You just have bigger thighs, and they're just all muscle, which
Right.
is fine. You might save yourself a surgery, and that that very well could
And
be
see,
like
that's what I've done.
$2,500 you saved.
Yeah, like mine is all muscle now.
Right.
So I have a little teeny bit right up here that's still loose,
Uh-huh.
but that's fine. That doesn't bother me. It's the stomach and like I have the flaps here under my arm now.
Yes, I have that as well.
So if I get the mommy makeover thing going,
Yeah.
I can have the boob lift and
I
that'll
have
take
the
care
I
of
have the
that.
side boob, I have the side boob skin, and I have the stomach, and I have a little bit of thigh, but I'm not going to worry about that. I'm probably going to be able to fill that in. That's not going to be an issue. But I tend to carry all my weight in this middle area for some reason my whole life. My legs were generally fine. My arms were untouched.
His arms
matter
are
how
freaking
heavy-
phenomenal.
No matter how heavy I was.
Meanwhile, I'm over here Batwing City.
Yeah. But for some reason, it was like I was just a bowling ball in the middle with sticks on either end. But it was very strange. But for some reason, my body stores all the fat right there.
You had it in
You
your through your whole body though, because
Oh, definitely.
yeah,
Oh,
your
definitely.
back and your shoulders and everything.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but your arms
Right.
rebounded so nicely.
Yeah, I got really lucky with that because I found out that with the surgeries, they will generally pay for the one with your stomach, but it's harder to have them pay for that surgery if it's the thighs or the arms because they will consider that a cosmetic because the stomach area is more apt to rub, cause skin infections and chafing, whereas the arm just kind of like dangles. They don't find that causing many skin issues later on. So that's kind of harder to get it covered by the insurance. A lot of people end up paying out of pocket for that.
They'll tell you to wear the binders on your arms.
Okay,
Which are a pain in the butt.
got you. Yeah, so
But
That's
to me, the arms don't bother me so much.
right.
I'm filling the muscle in as much as I can, but I'm still gonna have Batwing. And you know what? I'm the only person that can wave and clap for you at the same time.
I hear you.
You know, but that's my proof that I did what I set out to do.
Right.
Too.
That's what I
So,
say.
now if I want to compete, I may have to get that taken care of. But
Right.
we'll see.
And for me, that's why I try to turn negatives into a positive. So instead of looking at that skin and think to myself, God, that's terrible, or I'll never look as good as I want to, I think of it as that's how much weight I've lost. So when I see it, I just think of the positive of all that I've been through to get to this point. Like I was able to lose enough weight that, I took like 20 some inches off my waist. Like before I started losing weight, I was a size 54 in pants. 52, 54. I think I might even have a pair of 56s if I'm being honest with you guys, which I always will be. And now I'm in a size 36 and working into a 34 in my pants. And I probably could do smaller than that if I got the skin removed, honestly, because I'm tucking some stuff in places,
Trust me, I know all about the
Because I'm not gonna wear my pants underneath a muffin top and have skin spilling over. That's not me. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. No, thank you.
Well, and see, that's why, I wear the support undergarments to keep
Right.
it all tucked in.
Yes.
So I'm not, because that's the other thing too, is when I'm running from patient to patient, like during the summer.
You hear skin slap?
Yeah.
Yep, I realized that the other day.
It's like flap, flap, flap. I'm like,
Yep.
oh, and people can hear it, and
Heard
it's
it the other day.
embarrassing, you know.
Yep.
So, but you know, that's us being real. And,
Yeah.
You know, but our goals are pretty simple, I think, for the new year.
Yeah, it's
We just
very straightforward. It's just kind of, just work at it.
Uh-huh.
Don't give up. I'd say the same thing to you guys. If you have some resolution you made, just keep chipping away at it. It doesn't have to get done today. It doesn't have to get done tomorrow. But if you keep working at it 3, 4, 5 days a week, every week, for the next 6 months, you're going to find that it's coming to fruition, whatever you want. Whether that be to make more money at a job, get another job, go back to school, lose weight, build muscle, any of that. If you just keep coming back, I swear to you, it works.
Yep.
I'll use some words of a program that I've been in for a while. It works if you work it. It's the truth. It is.
Well,
if you
it
keep
is.
doing it and you just follow the steps and just don't give up, you'll do better than 98% of the people, because 90%, 80% of the people are going to be gone by the end of January in the gym. It's the truth.
You
can
start
even see
off with, the warm and fuzzies. This is going to be the year I'm going to change everything.
Right.
But if you don't stick to it, it's just going to be another failed resolution.
Yeah.
And if you need help, reach out.
Yeah.
That's the one thing. That's the reason we started this, was because number one, we wanted to be real. We wanted you guys to know, because we both lost. Between the two of us, we've lost over 370.
Yeah, it's like 380 pounds now.
So it there's a lot of stuff that people don't talk about and aren't real about,
Right.
because they want to be Instagram, pretty and all that kind of stuff. We're just gonna be real with you,
Yeah.
and that's the way it's gonna stay.
The goods and the bads.
Yeah.
We're here for all of it.
And it's just two friends that we got goals, and we're trying to work them out together, and trying to make a little bit of cash along the way, so we can
Teach you guys some stuff, save you guys some trouble, some headaches, some emotional distress.
Yes, emotional distress.
Like you were talking about earlier, just real quick before we go. Like she was talking earlier about eating salt and putting on water weight. Like, can I just tell you folks that once you start losing weight and you start watching your weight go down and down and down, you're used to this trend line of you losing weight and the number going down. And then let's say one night, like myself, you have Chinese food. This happened to me just before Christmas when I was trying to eat at maintenance and just maintain a steady weight, and we had Chinese food. And I had beef lo mein for probably the first time in 2 years. And it was so delicious with this pork fried rice that I ate half of the container of it, which is a good sized portion of rice and noodles and salt. Salt. With soy sauce. A little bit of salt on the side too. And I went to sleep, and I was like, before I went to bed that night, I was super thirsty. And I found myself drinking out of a gallon jug of water. And I was like, I'm going to go to bed. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to go to the gym. I woke up the next morning, I went to go do my weight right after I jumped out of the shower. And somehow, I was like 4 or 5 pounds off. I was like, wait a minute, how did that happen? And then that night when I got home, I was 10 pounds off. And I know your weight fluctuates, 2 pounds between morning and night.
After standing on your feet all
after
day.
being on your feet all day and stuff. But somehow, that salt, and what it was is, since I was eating so healthy and clean, I was eating low sodium. And suddenly I just put like 3,000 milligrams of sodium in myself, and my body just wanted water.
Yep.
And it just, all the cells just filled up with that water everywhere, on your whole body. Well, then keep in mind, you've got an extra 20 inches of skin hanging beneath you. That's all just waiting for that water.
Yep. And then you feel like a human water balloon.
Right, and then you feel like you're sloshing around, kind of. It's very weird. I don't know how to describe it to you, but that's the best way I can feel it. You feel kind of like you're full of a liquid,
And if you overdo too much, it hurts.
Yeah.
It hurts.
Yeah, I didn't get any pain from it, more of just like a general feeling of being bloated. And I was like, oh, that's strange. And then my body kind of accustomed to it, and then all of a sudden, in the next week, I went back to my regular diet, and the weight just kind of came back off. And I'm like, huh. And that's when I realized it's water weight. It truly is, and it's something, I wish someone had told me that I wish I had been prepared for that when that happened to me once before. You know, it's like, oh, if you eat extra salt than what you're used to, your body's going to store extra water.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to weigh more. But, you know, instead I'm there having a panic attack, sitting on the toilet on Google, going, how can I put on 10 pounds overnight, and freaking out about it, you know. So, anyway.
Yeah, so it's all good. And
Yeah.
you shouldn't be weighing yourself every day anyway. But anyway.
Well, I just do it, you know. It was a habit. It was always a habit. Just to have for me it was about, because what I do is I use the app, so it puts the mark on the graph. It was not about me knowing the number, it was just about seeing the line over time. So I figured, hey, if I can do it, anybody can do it,
Yeah.
seriously.
It just takes, what does it take? Patience and consistency.
Patience, consistency, it's true. It is. If you just keep working at it.
Yep.
Just don't give up.
Don't give up.
Right.
If you think you're going to give up, let us know.
Yeah. Leave a comment.
Yep.
Tell us what your New Year resolutions were. Let us know how you're doing with them.
Mm-hmm.
If you have any questions, comments, concerns, if you have any ideas for another episode, something you want to hear us talk about, something you want to see us do, feel free to leave a comment below. Like and subscribe. And, you know, thanks for being here. We appreciate you guys.
Just for warning, they're going to be, I'm downloading a bunch of stuff this week. So,
Okay.
like, things are going to be a little wacky, but have fun.
Yeah. Might see all kinds of new stuff coming at you.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. All right.
That's it.
That's it. I guess that's it.
Well, Happy New Year, guys. New Year's, you guys. I hope everything's going well with you with the resolutions. And like I said, we'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Thanks.
Thanks. All right.